Felt like sad and just disheartened, and like I couldn't really trust anybody that was around me because I feel like there was so much hope for like a good outcome, and obviously we didn't get the outcome a lot of us wanted. I would say I was definitely very shocked and like concerned, hopeless, shocked. I think I was definitely like a little disappointed, but it felt kind of expected.
I was really anxious the night before and the morning of. I felt really overwhelmed with the results, I was really upset. Like, my entire mood was kind of ruined throughout the school day. It was just hard.
One of my biggest fears is just like the fear of like what's gonna happen to me and like the other like women in my life, like my sisters, my cousins, my aunts, my mom, and just like thinking about how basic rights for not just women but other specific groups of people that they're going to be like taken away. And it's just like really scary to think like overall what's going to happen to like women and other groups of people. I think that I'm just very surprised that like anyone, or especially women in our society, could like vote against their own rights. And just people are so uneducated about what like Project 2025 and Trump is going to do to pretty much everyone. And so I think that it just like proves that like people just are unaware of what actually is going to happen. And I'm really scared that like we're not going to be able to go back. I feel like instead of moving forward, we're going to move backwards and start repeating history because that's all that we've been doing.
I'm worried about what's to come and what's going to change and how it's going to affect so many people.
I think I was mostly disappointed just to not be able to like see a candidate that like I see myself in, because I've never seen someone in office that like I see myself in. And this was like the first woman and the first person I feel like I could just like look up to, sort of. So I was a little like disappointed not to see someone like that succeed, just because it felt like I wasn't succeeding or like someone like me couldn't succeed.
Honestly, these are not the results that I personally wanted. And I know that I'm probably losing a lot. And as like a teenage girl, I just can't help but wonder what's going to happen to me. Like, how am I going to move forward?
I'm a woman. I'm a Hispanic woman.
I'm a woman.
I am a first-generation Black woman.
My hopes are that we can stay strong and like come together and fix our future and be able to like undo the bad things we've done and the bad things that will happen through the next 4 years or more. One of my biggest ones is that people will like realize, like wake up and realize what's actually going to happen, because I feel like a lot of people aren't really paying attention to the bigger picture problems. They're mostly paying attention to like things like gas prices and just like taxes and stuff, but that's just a small part of like bigger picture problems. Like people aren't going to be able to have basic like access to basic health care and like basic rights. And I just wish that people would like wake up and realize that it doesn't like just affect them, it affects the people around them and like the different people in their lives. My hopes in the future is that I hope that people can really open up their eyes and realize how important the election is, rather than just picking a person because we like some of their ideas and not all of them.
I hope that as a society we can come together and do what's right for our community and hopefully get our grades back.
I hope that we can like rely on some of the other people in our government that I feel like are good leaders and have like strong opinions and are a strong force and an educated force, just to balance out some of the people who are not educated and not qualified that are being put in positions of power.
My hopes for the future is that we could all, come to an agreement about what's right, what's wrong, come to like a conclusion, give us more rights, have like women and people of color have more of a say in what's going on in government and with laws.
It's important to have hope so that we can actually fix the problem, because if we're just like, oh well, like this bad thing happened, there's nothing we can do, then like nothing's going to be fixed, and we need to fix this to be able to save like everyone.
Like why I have hope is because I know that that's what like my mom and like my sisters and stuff would want.
I think it's important because if everyone is hopeless, then we're not going to get anywhere from here, and everything's just going to continue to go downhill. But with hope, we can move upwards and grow.
Well, it's definitely important to have hope because I feel like a lot of people, this like election was a big loss of hope for a lot of people. But because of this loss of hope, like we can't lose like anything else. And so if we maintain like persistence in our ideas and our beliefs and like driving for a better future, then like maintaining hope in that sense is the only way that like we can go through and not lose everything.
Because if we don't have hope now, when are we going to find it?
If you think young people shouldn't, can't, or won't pay attention to politics,
You'd be wrong. Politics are not just happening around us, they're happening to us.
decisions are being made that will affect you and the people you care about.
And we cannot afford to stand by.
39.8% of Utah's population is young people. 39.8%. 1,360,364 of us. It's a big number, a big enough number to change things.
Most of us can't vote, that's given, but we can and should get involved in many other ways. Write to local politicians, volunteer for campaigns and organizations, talk to friends and families, and stay educated.
We can't just let life happen to us. We can't dwell on what's already happened. It's okay to be scared. We should be scared, but we can't let that fear drag us down. We have to let it fuel us to be better, to push and to fight until we live in a world where everyone feels safe, accepted, and have basic human rights. Do it for your sister, your mother, your friends and family whose futures are the one at risk. Do it for yourself. Don't be a bystander in your own life. We need to be active participants in creating the future we want because no one else is going to do it for us. We have to start now.